Last time out, we made a massive splash in the January transfer window, bringing in Yoriemann Timber, which did drop the transfer budget down to around £18 million. But with huge discontent for Mike Trezor and it looking like he'll be moving out the club for big money, don't worry, we'll have some cash soon. Because this team just needs to keep improving because 10th place is not good enough at this point of the season. The month of December might be jam-packed, but only one win in the league and one win in the Europa League in the entire month just is not good enough. And now with some other players potentially moving out of the club like Pascal Stroy and me giving the captain's armband to 85 overall rated Archie Gray, we can hopefully start to get our push for top 4 back on track. But I do think in order to get back on track, it is going to take some big changes to this team. And after looking at the frontline production this year, I am not impressed with certain players, the main one being Hugo Ekitike. The Frenchman has scored headers for fun in previous seasons, but he's just not doing it so far this season, with only 4 goals in 13 appearances. By the way, that's only one more than Young, who has only had 5 appearances, most of them off the bench. So I think maybe it's time that Hugo Ekitike leaves the club. I am going to add him to the transfer list. Now, this is a big decision, and I'm only going to listen to offers that I think are worthy. He might end up staying, who knows? I am going to start looking at striker replacements for him, though, because I don't think Young is good enough to be the backup. And although Van Duven is performing better than Ekitike with 8 goals in 22 appearances, I'm still not sure that that's good enough. So who knows? Maybe the striker that comes in could be big-time competition for Van Duven, although in recent games he has picked up form nicely. We're also going to have the knockout stages, of course, of the Europa League drawn in this episode, and we'll be playing the first 2 legs of those games. Maybe the one beyond that, who knows? I'm going to try and get the games in. You know how we try and do it here. Welcome back to the channel, lads. I appreciate you all. Smash the like button, hit the subscribe button. Let's get into this January transfer window. I think it's going to be very tasty. And the next game that we actually play is going to be up against Peterborough. So we're going to try and get to that one. It's FA Cup. It will be a sim. I'm not really interested in playing that game, but it's going to be intriguing here as we start to get bids in, mainly for Ekitike. Van Iwick is on my do not touch this man whatsoever position, and I'm going to reject that straight away. But there's still Trezor to go, and that makes this huge because if Ekitike's bid is good, it's not going to be to Man City. I'm not going to give them kind of any reinforcements. There could be a big move there. And of course, as per usual, we're going to continuously get these youngsters loaned out until they're ready for the first team. Now, it does seem like an English club frenzy at the moment when it does come to the kind of bids I'm getting in for Trezor and now, of course, Ekitike, because I think I've had Liverpool, Tottenham and Man City bid for Trezor, and now I've already had Man City and Tottenham bid for Ekitike. So I imagine the Liverpool bid's coming pretty soon. But it is match day, and it is Peterborough, and I kind of want to be pretty full strength for that. I'm not going to give Yoriemann Timber his debut. I don't think he needs to have that in this game, but I am still going to be a strong starting 11 with some rotation. Like, I'm going to give Odebear the game here. And I'm also, do I give it to Ekitike? I kind of want to give it to Young, but Van Duven is on good form, but we're going to stick Cherky in there as well. Get Cody Drama in there. Now, the Sims, I don't know what's happening. No, we're going to stick with Gomez. He is the cup goalkeeper. I don't actually know what's happening with the Sims right now. They're winding me up. Just not being very nice to me. They're not being very kind. So hopefully this isn't a draw. Hopefully this is a win. It's a strong 11, and it is a big win. 3-0. Rafinha with a brace and Van Duven with a goal. I'm glad I started a strong 11. I have noticed there's been another title update, so maybe that's fixed the Sims, but God, they've been so bad of recent time. And I just realized it's Man City next up in the league. 2 bids here for Trezor and Ekitike, Newcastle, West Ham. I am more open to Newcastle and West Ham, but I still really don't want to strengthen anyone in England. That is a terrible swap deal for Trezor. And Newcastle have been a thorn in my side in the past. I'm going to reject it. I really want, I want foreign teams. If we can get that, that would be fantastic. It's coming in now for players I definitely don't want to see leave the club. We're going to deal with this Frank Garcia one straight away. Can't reject it. Now, this is Real Madrid, and I do get that, and Real Madrid are massive, but we have sold our big names in this entire year. This entire season, we said it, and we sold all our big names already. So I'm not going to be open to having negotiations with Real Madrid here for Pajot, but that could happen in the summer. I'm hoping it doesn't, though. He's finally settled. Having Wesley Fofana beside him has worked absolute wonder. Well, still no bids I'd be open to accepting for either Trezor or Ekitike as we take on Man City next. This This is I mean, this Man City side is pretty ridiculous. They've got Leif Davis in there, who they signed from us. Hakimi is absolutely rapid. There are a few weaknesses because we don't know how good Martinez is, and I already know that Doyle isn't as good as whoever else they would have it in there. But Haaland, Foden, Olmo, Rodrigo, Berardi is good, but he will be getting on at this stage. This is a tough match. I know, did I mention that they're currently top of the Premier League? And this is an away game for us. But it's also going to be an opportunity for us to see both Timber brothers playing together. Yes, Jurriën comes in for this game. I think we look really strong. Like, I actually firmly believe that this team that we put out right here can beat Man City. I know things haven't been going well, but in my 250th game as Leeds United manager, if he was ever going to get a big win, let it be now. I don't actually know if the Timber brothers will have played together apart from at youth level. Be interesting today. Phil Foden up against Van Eyck is not going to be a fun experience for me, as Phil Foden just puts that one over the bar. We have managed to earn ourselves a corner. It's been 20 minutes of not much happening. That ball in towards Van Duven wasn't that bad, actually, but we're not going to get anything out of it. Although Rafinha here now, what can he do? I tried to catch Edison off guard. Is that really ever going to be a reality that you can catch him off guard? I thought I could do, but it did not work out. And Jurriën Timber's first pass there did not work out either. But we do escape. And Archie Gray trying to play that ball in behind. Ruben Diaz dealt with it. Rafinha there finds a great ball out to Archie Gray, who wants Charles. Does he? He gets Charles. Oh, he went for the spectacular. That's been the best chance of this game for either side. It falls to Leeds United, but we just couldn't find the back of the net. That would have been stunning from CDK. Oh, here come Man City. That's a good shot from Doyle. So after a really poor first half of football, we did have the best opportunity, but the game still stays at 0-0. But I like how tight we're keeping it. More of the same in this second half. Timber and Timber working very well together so far. Is he actually going to have a ball inside? He is. What ball into Rafinha? Great football. Great ball roll. Rafinha. That would have been stunning. There's no doubt about that, boys. That would have been one of the best goals I've scored in a long time. Rafinha just adds that little bit of specialness to the team. You can't, I don't know how, I can't put it into words. He just adds something to the team. That's a great ball in, Jurriën Timber. What a moment that could have been for the debutant. Van Eyck couldn't deal with that there. He's going to deal with that one, though. That's great. Oh, no, we give it back. Danny almost scores. Oh, absolute drama. You have to get the ball out quicker. They press too aggressively. Danny Olmo with the goal in the end. Van Eyck gets it there, and it's Timber. He makes the mistake. Just pass it away. Just clear the ball. Don't try and dribble out. You're not going to be given time. That's why Man City are champions. Not playing well in this game, but then pulling out this performance. We played so well. This will be a frustrating result. Let's try and go on now. Please pick up a draw from this, right? Turkey. Found Rafinha. Rafinha wants Van Duven. Back in, Van Duven. To Rafinha. Oh, well saved by Edison. And it just feels like the chances have fallen. The back of the net's not been hit for us. It's really frustrating. I don't know what to say because I really thought we'd have scored. Dying embers here. We really need the football. And we do not have the football. It's Man City. And I am struggling to get it off them. We've actually given away a really cheap free kick. Added on time. This is so frustrating. We haven't dealt with that. And that's a good shot from Rodri. And then a tap in. No, it's not a tap in for Doyle. Can't believe how well we played against Manchester City. And this is the scoreline. Go on, Rafinha. Now, it wasn't on. Oh, it might still be on. Rafinha steals it. Rafinha in the last moments. We'll have it saved by Edison. That's the story of this game. Edison has saved them time and time again. One last kick of the football. Can we deliver a good enough ball in? We cannot. That will be cleared. It will be Manchester City 1, Leeds United 0. So frustrating. Our result's going to see us drop down to 11th as well. But I mean, when we look at it at the end of the day, that's not the kind of game that I'm going to be looking at and thinking, damn, we shouldn't have, we should have won that game. We should have won it with the way we played. But the fight for top 4 right now is feeling like it's so far away. But a good run of form can change that. That good run of form might not be coming in the next game, though, because we do play Liverpool. And finally, we have a good bid for Trezor, though. It is from Inter Milan. I am happy to do this deal. All I wanted was a team from overseas. That's all I really cared about. That should be a good fit for Trezor as well. Pacho is really picking up the interest. Now we've got Arsenal, and we're going to have Nice as well, which is a weird one. What's the swap deal? Robin Koch. They're trying to give us him. They must have only just signed him. We're going to reject that. It's another one from Trezor. This time it's Aston Villa with a swap deal, which, okay. Jankovic actually looks like a really good young player. I have no idea what his potential is, but it's just not something we're trying to achieve right now. Selling him to an English club, and secondly, having another central midfielder. Rodon has potential to go back to Tottenham. I'm going to accept that. I didn't want him to go to Liverpool or Chelsea, but I like the idea of him going back to Tottenham. Pascal's swap deal is not one we want. I am open to selling Pascal, though, now. In the end, Trezor does manage to put pen to paper with Inter Milan, and that is going to net us 57 million back in the bank. And with the transfer budget now rising to 72 million, that really opens up this January transfer window again for us. Because now I have to make some decisions. Oh, we got a bid for Gelhardt. It was going to happen. We put him up. It was kind of time to trim some of the fat, you could say, of the squad. Not calling Joey Boy fat, but I think it's time that he moves on. It's going to be Wolves. I'm devastated because we've had some magical moments with Joe, but I just feel like with Cherky coming in, Gibbs White, now is probably his time. And now is our time to look at the transfer hub. And I want straight stars. From now on, I want straight stars. And I'm going to actually be looking at striker. And I want to put this one out there. Maximilian Bier, or Bier, I think is how you say his name. He looks insane. So I haven't made the decision yet, but he is my number one want at striker. And if it comes to the decision that we need another winger, I'm looking at Rooney Bargy. He's not the only one, but he's not being used correctly by Newcastle. We are now above them most seasons, so I think Rooney Bargy is achievable. But I absolutely love the idea of bringing in Federico Chiesa, who has done all he can do at Juve. He's been there for a long period of time. He would want a move to try something different, to come to England for the first time. Left, right, and striker. He, to me, could just tip you over the edge. He's got a playstyle plus of rapid. He's got flair, trivela, quick step, finesse shot. This is one of those guys that is like, wow, he is an absolute beast. And in a game where I don't believe you can earn playstyles as you progress, which is frustrating, I'm hoping that's something they change. This guy has got some real talent. There's still some days to play out, and I can't sign a striker unless Ekitike leaves. And lo and behold, Real Madrid come in for Hugo Ekitike, and this bid will be accepted straight off. We're looking potentially to move him on. Real Madrid, that's a good bid. Fran Garcia, Barcelona. He would probably love that. I wouldn't. I'm going to reject it. We've sold our big players. I'm not going to say it again. But it is sad to see Joe Gelhardt walk out this club, because he has been a little legend for me. Every time we've questioned, do we let him go, he's come up with a moment of magic. But I do think we've hit a point in the career mode now where we're just trying to be much further ahead of where we are. And he isn't quite on that talent level, but I'm sure he'll fit in fantastically at Wolves, and I wish him nothing but the best. We do get an A for that. That's back-to-back A's, by the way, because we've got an A for Trezor as well. God, the bids are flying in. Oliver Skip now, Napoli. Not entertaining that. Joe Rodon, Crystal Palace now. God, they're trying to do that swap deal. Left, right, and centre. Cody Drama, swap deal. No, thank you. Is it a reasonable one for Pascal? Manchester United swap deal. Absolutely no, because we're not selling to Manchester United. Someone who could be important, though, for Real Madrid is Hugo Ekitike. He came back to Leeds to resurrect his career. I believe he did that. He had the best season of his career last year, and it was fantastic. It was off the bench, but what he does in terms of his play style does not suit us anymore, and it's a shame to see him go, but it had to be done. Joe Rodon also is deciding to return back to Tottenham, 18.5 million. We now have a sizable budget to go and work with. We really have trimmed some of the fat here, up to 140 million by trimming that fat, but I already know the transfer I'm going in for straight away. And I said it beforehand. Maximilian Bier just looks unbelievable to me. So we're going to go to Monaco. Or Monaco are going to come to us. Who cares? But at 25, I think this guy is a brilliant talent. I'm going to offer them 50 million. If they accept this is daylight robbery. 52.4, absolutely fine. Still leaves us with around 87 million in the bank to play within this January transfer window, which is... it's a good amount of money, right? It's a good amount of money. Now, I may not have mentioned this before as he takes the number 10 at Leeds United, but he can also play on the left and right of midfield, and he's more than quick enough to do it. So versatility has always been something we've liked here at Leeds. And Maxi is going to bring that in abundance. I think that should have been an A all day long. Before any more business can be done, though, is going to be Wolves at Molineux in the FA Cup. Now, I wouldn't normally play a 4th round FA Cup game. It is a cup I would like to win, but I want to see how well Maximilian Beer does in this game. We've also rotated massively, so let's see how the boys get on. I'm going to be keeping a close eye on Odebear in this one as well, because my mindset right now with Gibbs White being able to play out wide and also Cherky being able to play out wide, I think we can drop another winger. And I think it would be good for Odebear to go on loan, be playing near enough every game, because he is a beast. Oh my God, Beer's that quick? Odebear's pretty quick right here. Odebear's pretty quick right here, and we'll take the corner. Yeah, Odebear is up potentially for loan. So just want to put that one out there. Maximilian Beer is not going to win headers. Though Lewis Miley might do. Pretty drama. Let's that ball in. It's a good ball in if Beer could just get across there. Raska gets there. Let's that ball inside. He's going to get it. Now this where he can spread his legs. Maximilian Beer is rapid, and what a tackle. He isn't the strongest. He really isn't the strongest, although Cherky will win that back. Beer then into Odebear for the shot. What a save by Bentley. This is a good start. I feel like we should have finished that, though, with Maxi. We get him in those positions, obviously, for a reason, because you want to bag a massive goal. His speed is insane. Hip has been hit with injury. Oh, that's great play. Well blocked. Well blocked, Pascal. And it was needed to block again. Skip is injured. He's not going to come out for the second half. We're going to see Jovanovic come out for the second half. Good ball into Cherky. It is Cherky with a shot. Oh, bent it beyond the post. We just can't hit the back of the net right now. We have kind of lacked goals this season. We saw it when we looked at goal scorers. We have been poor in front of goal this year. Oh, that's a great ball into Maximilian Beer, though. We do finally find the back of the net, and it's that man, the little German, making it 1-0 Leeds United. I have high hopes for him as well. I have high hopes for him scoring goals, disrupting opposition defenses, and also pushing Van Duven to be even better. What a great way to start your career at Leeds United, though, scoring on your debut. Way out of trouble here. Pretty damn well. Fatu, that is a great ball. Over to Maxi. Maxi keeps it as well. Can he pull it back? He can. That's great from him. Maxi! Oh, Bentley, big time save. And that's going to be the last action of Maxi as well. What a great debut, but I want to save him for other games, of course. We're 1-0 up here against Wolves. I'm feeling strong defensively at the minute, which is weird for me to say. We're going to see Yorkiemann. We need to see him get minutes. I completely rested Van Duven today as Pascal nearly just finished this game off. Odebear might be played in here. Right at the end of the game, Odebear shot his block. It's the 94th minute of 93 added on. There's going to be this one last moment in the game for Pascal maybe, or for Young. No, Bentley will collect it. It is going to be a 1-0 victory. We kind of did play tactically on the defensive end as that game went on. I was happy to take 1-0, happy to see Maxi score, because when we've rotated in the past, it hasn't really gone well for us. But this time around, it went fantastically. It was some pretty decent news as well when it came to the potential injury of Oliver Skip. It's only going to be for 5 days. And with months like February coming up, and you're chucking European games into the mix here as well, I need Oliver Skip not to be getting injured for a long period of time. Because, I mean, this month coming up just in itself is going to be difficult. Liverpool, Forest, Tottenham, Arsenal, Newcastle. Let's remember, Forest are very good in this game now. So this is a horrendous month, which we have to be prepared for. By speaking of preparing, I don't know if there is actually any more business I want to do. For the first time, I actually want to keep a relatively smaller squad. I think we've made huge strides this season into improving. Maxi coming in this window is huge. The same as Timber, because he's just a beast. I mean, the 4 that we have now at centre-back is just unreal. I think all over the pitch, we are just a million times better. The only thing I am going to do is just because of the pure amount of players we've got, I'm going to loan list Odebear. But I think that's it. I think I'm really happy with this squad. I wish we could get rid of some of these Chinese players that we signed on a free just to fulfill the objective, but it is what it is. I'm pretty happy with the core state of the squad right now. And as we just fly through the end of the transfer window, I'm just happy to keep hold of what we have. I mean, that summer window was absolutely insane. And this one in itself has been pretty big. We've moved on quite a few players. Let's take that 80-odd million into next summer, where hopefully we have Champions League football. And my plan there with Champions League football is we're going to reject Liverpool here. Is going to be go big for some big name players. And that's where we're at right now with the team. And we do, in the end, manage to find a move for Odeberg. He's going to be going to Wolves. So that's 2 players, Joe Gelhardt and Odeberg going to Wolves. But yeah, it's just a loan deal there. Hopefully he'll continue to improve. 80 overall at this stage, and he's only 23. Do something similar with Van Duven, and look how that worked out for us. That's worked out swimmingly. But as the final hour ticks down, our transfer window is complete. We had a few insane loan offers come in for Van Duven. I don't know, you sign Beer, he scores 1 goal, and everyone goes, oh, they'll let Van Duven go on loan now. Not the case whatsoever. But now we've got to turn our attention, right? We have to turn our focus back to the Premier League, where we sit 11th and not happy about it. And the focus back on the Premier League starts now. Liverpool, Forest, Tottenham, Newcastle, Arsenal. This month right here, in my opinion, will determine if we can get top 4 or not. And it all starts with this Liverpool game, where they're going to be starting Somerville on the left, scored against me last time, made me want to cry. Mo Salah, Kolo Muani, Havertz, Ugarte, Morton. Don't know much about him. Vandenberg, I don't imagine he's going to be that good. But Kim Min-jae was fantastic. We already know it's a great Liverpool squad. It's a great Liverpool squad, which is seeing Kai Havertz score 16 goals with 5 assists. So he's the man to watch. Kolo Muani must be fairly new to the team. He hasn't been great. But Benjamin Sesko only has 1 goal. He's actually someone we were looking at. I decided against it. Well, for Nonto not having the greatest time, they're not really getting the football he would have expected. Mohamed Salah still getting good game time. And Somerville, their 2nd highest goal scorers. 5 assists. It is quite interesting to look at this team, see how well they are doing, but question how they're doing that well. They don't particularly seem to have anyone who is, at this stage of the season, a massive standout, apart from Kai Havertz. I think an 8-5 return, though, for Somerville's pretty good. Now, this is the 11 that we're going to opt with today. It's going to be Van Duven up top. Maximilian is on the bench. Rafinha, of course, playing against his old club in Liverpool. He spent quite a few years there on this save, and the partnership at the back is going to be Pachot and Timber. I honestly cannot explain how much this is our road to redemption in terms of Champions League. Honestly, if this month goes badly, we might as well hang up the boots. We're sacked. Let's do another little career mode before the new game comes out, because I need wins now. All I need is wins, and we are unfortunately faced with really difficult opponents. But Ellen Road on this wonderful evening could lead to something insane. Let's watch out for that man Kai Havertz though in this one. He is by far the danger man, and Liverpool are aggressive, but we have to deal with them, and we have to deal with them well. But having someone like Somerville coming at us, we know how he plays. We should be fine. Right, with some space here, and I use that run. I absolutely eat that run all day long from Rafinha, and I use it, and Rafinha against his old club should have made it 1-0. We should be singing and dancing here all the way to the bank. That should have been 1-0. I understand headers, not the strongest suit for Rafinha, but that's got to be a goal. Junior found the ball in to Van Duven. Oh, I tried to switch it across. Just didn't work out. How comfortable Yoriemann Timber is bringing the football out is insane. Oh, that is good. That is really good. CDK in front of goal. Oh, that's got to be 1-0. Shanks it wide. Costa's hard to beat, don't get me wrong, but that has to be 1-0 Leeds United. Liverpool is so aggressive with the press. Colomiani will have this out wide. I just don't want to let them inside, but I'm also at the same time trying to stop Kai Havertz from touching the football at any moment. Rafinha then into Gray. Oh, Van Duven. Should have played that into Ilin Jr. Can I get it over to him now? I can. Ilin Jr. Oh my God. Diogo Costa is so good. And after a full half of football, it's 0-0. And it's filling me with Man City vibes. I feel like it's the same game. They're going to score at some point, and we just can't score right now. I've got Maxi on the bench, ready. Primed and ready to go for whenever we need him. I tell you what, we haven't really given Van Duven a good look at goal, to be fair to him. Oh, CDK. Played in Rafinha. Rafinha against his old club player. Cross. Get to it. Ellie Jr. is going to go in. It is going to go in. We take those. Rafinha with the assist. I thought about shooting it, but I just thought Diogo is so good. The pass wasn't particularly good, but Ilin Jr. squeezes that in exquisitely. And bang, we find the lead we need. But do we make some subs at this stage? Because CDK is knackered. I was just going to look for the mobility of Morgan Gibbs-White and just see if that can help me a little bit. And I'm going to bring on Jovanovic because Timber does feel sluggish out there. He feels a bit tired. Played a lot of games recently. Let's make those changes. I'm not going to go defensive. I don't think you can against Liverpool. They're too good. Rafinha steals it. Rafinha steals it. What can he do? There has to be some magic here from Rafinha. And I don't think he had the ball to play in. That is infuriating. Oh, the Gibbs-White then can give that to Illing Jr., who's going to turn and shoot and see Diogo Costa save it because he is a god. 2-0 would have made this one feel pretty damn nice. White now. Oh, if he finds that pass, he might still get it. He might still get it. Oh, my God, that was lovely. Illing Jr. He's found Van Duven. Van Duven's going to go for that from there. How on planet we win? It's full time. Okay, so there's brief. Let's calm down. We beat Liverpool at Ellen Road. This is a huge result. But how have we not scored more? How has Van Dijk not found the back of the net there? I take it. We take these. That is massive. Kind of hard to put into words how big of a performance and moment that is. Keeps us at 10th, but keeps us in the fight with Nottingham Forest coming up next. And the one thing we already know about Forest is their team is very, very good. This game comes 2 days on. We're going to sim it, hope for the best, and it is a victory for us. Maddison got sent off, and Maximilian Beer bags the goal for another win. It's huge to leapfrog them in the league as well, but things are still very tight with us being 5 points off of 4th now. But that's not a bad position to be in, and Tottenham coming up next. And Tottenham's team is no slouch. I may not know that much about the back line, with me only really knowing Danso, but Musiala's in this team, Bracola's in this team, Kulusevski's still there, and they've got Gravenberg. And this one's going to be an away day. This will be our 11. Maximilian Beer starts up top today for us, and Oliver Skip comes into the 11. This month is an action-packed one. We're going to see the team rotated quite a lot throughout the month because of the amount of games we're going to be playing, but I have to be confident even when I rotate this team now with the squad that we built that we can still get performances that are big time. I'm nervous for this one. This Tottenham squad scares me. This could be 3-3. This would be one of the better runs we've had in the Premiership now for a while. I stayed with CDK as well. I was super tempted to maybe go with a little bit more mobility, but I just really do like CDK. Tottenham may well be where we start next year's career mode with again. You guys seem to want that, so this could be a sneaky peek into the future, but we won't be seeing a team with Musiala in it, that's for sure. That's a good ball in behind to Moise Keane. Trafford, big time save. Been a very slow starting game. It's fell it as well as Kulusevski just knocks that ball across. We need to be patient. We did it in the Liverpool game. We were super patient. Our passing was absolutely superb. I need that again. Timber to run into. Have a ball into Maxi. He is going to have a ball into Maxi. He will pull that one back to Rafinha. We'll pull it back again and then slide it into Maxi. And look, this is where gaps aren't existent. Into Rafinha, is that a good ball? He's offside. Flores, great defending. Now, I've made this sub before. I'm making it again. And it is just to give us that mobility. I'm making it very early into the second half. But I think the mobility of Gibbs-White against this kind of side will help us. Oh, Gibbs-White's found Dylan Jr. And he wants that ball over to Maxi. That's a great ball. That is actually really good play. Maxi will pull that one back into Rafinha, who is going to be absolutely crunched. This could be a red card for Undobele. Without a doubt, absolutely tore into the back of it. It will only be a yellow, though. And luckily for us, Rafinha is not injured. Rafinha steals that. Gibbs-White. This should be good. What the hell was that, Morgan Gibbs-White? We made the sub for mobility, but maybe not for quality of shot, because I'm not too sure what that shot was from Gibbs-White. That was a huge moment for us, and we messed that up pretty big. Gibbs-White might be in again. Gibbs-White this time is in again. This time he doesn't mess it up. Never mind. Let's just not speak into existence what happened. Before that, Morgan Gibbs-White makes it 1-0 Leeds United. This is huge. Nice pass from Rafinha as well. He's proper racking up some assists this season. Now, we're pretty much only 10 minutes to go. They're making subs. I actually feel comfortable. We've been good defensively this episode. I really think the changes we've made have had a huge impact as one of those new defenders that we have made who has been so good just gives the ball away for Musiala. Why did I open my mouth? 1-1 Musiala with the goal. Jurrien Timber has made very little mistakes in this team since joining, but that is a big one. Puts that one in. Moise Kean, saved by Trafford. With that being in added on time, and us staring down the barrel of a draw, which I was happy with at one point, but I'm not happy with that we had the lead, and then it's a defensive mistake from us, which is why we only have the point. But it's Tottenham. They got a good team. I don't want to make too many excuses. Jurrien Timber's not going to make those kind of mistakes all season long. Maybe we shouldn't have sat back too much. The bad news there for us as well is I saw that Newcastle won. And Newcastle are who we play next, but they're the ones that are pushing top 4 right now. They're the ones that are holding it. It's not a 5-point gap anymore. It'll be a 7-point gap. So it is still achievable. We're just a couple of wins away from being 5th in reality. But that being 3 points there would have been a huge difference maker in the grand scheme of this episode. Now, I completely misjudged this episode and thought we'd get to European football, but we will not. We will save that for the next episode. This has been a very good one, though. One in where I feel like we performed better. I feel much better about us defensively. We have to nail down going forward. There's clearly still some issues there. We're struggling to break down sides, and also goalkeepers, well, they're performing like gods, but we can't use that as an excuse. We have to be better. But I do appreciate you all for watching. Thank you very much for the support, boys. I'm sorry that this one went up a day later than normal. We should be back to Monday and Friday, but my work schedule recently has been pretty horrific. So hopefully, touch wood, all is good. I hope all is good with you guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.